there are brothers and sisters within the local society who are observing the opportunity I'm talking about tonight. It's the middle of Sha'ban, Laylatul Bara'ah. But perhaps before we talk about the authenticity of Laylatul Bara'ah, I thought of a story. You know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Al-A'raf, فَقْصُصِ الْقَصَصِ. He commands his Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam to narrate stories. 1/3 of the Quran is stories, in fact. فَقْصُصِ الْقَصَصَ لَعَلَّهُمْ يَتَفَكَّرُونَ, in order for them to reflect. Because when you and I hear a story, then we can relate to it. That's why Allah sent prophets and messengers as human beings, so we can relate to them. He didn't send them as angels, because angels don't have the needs, the desires, and the challenges that we humans have. The story is about a father who's really caring and loving. May Allah make us from that. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. He has the habit of playing with his little child every day. He comes from work and he really pays attention to it. And by the way, let me say, as a father, the more you invest time and effort and whatever resources you have in your child when they're young, the better it is for your relationship in the future. And an ayah came to mind now, I can't help but say it. In Surah Al-Tur, I'm sorry if I sidetracked a lot, but alhamdulillah, inshallah, there's benefit in it. Where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَاتَّبَعَتْهُمْ ذُرِّيَّتُهُمْ بِإِيمَانٍ. And those who believe and their offspring, their children, followed them with faith. They're convinced, because the parents are setting a good example. What happens to them? On the day of judgment, أَلْحَقْنَا بِهِمْ ذُرِّيَّتَهُمْ. Their offspring will be rejoined with them. وَمَا أَلَتْنَاهُمْ مِنْ عَمَلِهِمْ مِنْ شَيْءٍ. And we will not deny them any of their actions. كُلُّ امْرِئٍ بِمَا كَسَبَ رَهِينٌ. Every person is a hostage to what he or she did. I give an example. I say, if your parents are in first class, right, when we're allowed to fly now, we are facilitated, they have so much points, they're in first class, and you are in economy, and they say, hey, I don't feel comfortable to be here while my children are at the back. I've got enough points, bring them here first. Bring them here, please. You will be rejoined with them, inshallah, subhanAllah. So this father pays attention to spending time, which is a sunnah, even many talks about it, with his child. That particular day, he had a deadline to meet. So he thought, oh, my child is going to be waiting for me. I have to, the usual time we spend, the usual play, whatever activities. So he came up with an idea, looked around in the office, and he found this massive a newspaper with the world map on it. Some may have heard it from me, please. I beg your pardon. Anyway, he said, okay, he cut it carefully. Then he said, I'll take it home. Oh, before he went home, he just, as I said, cut it into small pieces, right, torn pieces, and then off he went home. Before I continue the story, there's another story about the opposite. Of a father who thinks he provided everything for his child. So much so that the child one day asked him, he said, Father, how much do you earn per hour? He said, this is none of your business. I give you everything, go back to your room. He broke his son's heart. Anyway, he felt bad after all, and he decided to go to his son's room. So he said, why did you ask me this question? Why would the child ask this question? He said, Baba, just tell me, please. He said, let's say $30 an hour. So the child moves the pillow, and he gets $20, and he says, Baba, lend me $10 more. So why? He says, because I want to add them up and pay you $30 so you can spend like an hour of your precious time with me. May Allah protect us from being in that position. I say at times, we work so hard and we think we are providing the best of the best for our children while depriving them of the best, which is our time with them. Another thing that comes to mind, anyway, just the last thing, where it's attributed to Imam Ali, Amir al-Mu'minin radiyallahu anhu, where he says about children, he says, لَعِبْهُ سَبْعًا وَأَدِّبْهُ سَبْعًا وَرَاقِبْهُ سَبْعًا. With your child, the first 7 years, play with them as much much as you can. That's the time where they need that nurturing and play. He said 7 to 14, that's the time of inculcation of mannerisms and adab and knowledge. 14 to 21, you there observe, you befriend your child. Subhanallah. Coming back to the story of this caring father, he comes home, the child is running to the father as usual. Baba, let's go play. He says, oh son, today I will not be able to spend the usual time with you. However, I've got something for you. Let's go to the dining room. After he takes him to the dining room, and on the dining table, he takes out all the torn pieces of the world map, and he puts it on the dining table with some sticky tape, and he says, okay, my boy, I would like you to put the world map together. He's thinking now it's going to take him hours, right? Off he goes. And then half an hour later, the boy comes back and he says, Baba, okay, I'm finished, I'm done, let's play. Father said, what do you mean you're done? He says, I promise you that I put the world together. Come and see. So they're walking, and he takes him to the dining room, and the father looks, and he is stunned that the boy was able to put the world together. So the father said to him, how did you manage to do that? The son said, Father, it was simple. On the back of the page, there was a big picture of a man, of a human being. When I put the man together, the world fell into place. And what I understand from this story is, change yourself in order for your world to change. إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُغَيِّرُ مَا بِقَوْمٍ